Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Waqar from Child Health Matters. In MRCPCH Clinical Exam, many candidates who fail the exam and they are asking a question from themselves, why did I fail the exam? After all these efforts, after a lot of hard work and what time to the books, studies, all these things, why did I fail? So what are the reasons of failure, and when you fail the exam, what you should do? Definitely it's painful when you receive a result and you are failed. Some candidates fail because of 1 mark, so they couldn't get the one score. If they get the one score, it would be they pass the exam. So either you should go for the remarking because it also costs money, and so either we should go remarking or you given another attempt. So today I will discuss all about when you fail the exam. So before I start, please subscribe my channel for further useful videos and which will help you in a MRCPCH clinical exam. Okay, so how to cope with exam failure? First of all, what are the reasons of failure? As I told you, there are multiple reasons of failure. Especially overseas candidates, they have low self-esteem. So this is the big reason, in my opinion, that they are having they are good in knowledge. They have the knowledge which even more than the required knowledge in the exam, but their self-esteem is low, means they are lack of confidence. They are thinking that I will not pass the exam, it is difficult, and they are confused when they go into the exam. They don't have their confidence in them. So it is the big reason when they enter in the station or in front of exam, even though they know many things, but because of this lack of because of low self-esteem, because of lack of confidence, usually they don't perform well. So this is the main reason. And how you should make your to work on low self-esteem? Definitely you need a preparation and proper preparation. Okay, some candidates have the overconfidence. One of my friend, he failed multiple times in the exam and finally he passed the exam, MRCPCH clinical exam. And he told me that this exam need humbleness, this exam need ajizi. So if you are overconfident, definitely examiner will not like this overconfidence in any candidate. And sometimes they will get the 1 mark, sometimes 2 marks. So our confidence is it's not helpful in the exam. So please take care if you are overconfident. And the other thing is lack of confidence. So you should not have like for example, you should have to be confident when you pick up a sign, when you ask the history. You should be a confident, but do not be overconfident. Means do not show examiner that you are 100% right, or argue with the examiner on the wrong thing. Some candidates, they argue with the wrong thing. If you are sure 100%, yes, you should argue in the respected way, but do not argue in a disrespected way. So definitely examiner can give you 1 mark, or maybe he will give you 2 marks. They can cut if you are overconfident, if examiner feel that you are overconfident. And the other thing, wrong study strategies. So when you are asking from anyone, you are getting guidance from anyone, definitely they will give you the whatever their experience, they will tell you. For example, one candidate is good in clinical side, but he is very bad in communication. So he will tell you that communication station is very difficult. You should have to work on communication because his communication is very weak and your communication is good and your clinical is weak. So you will follow his instruction and you work on the communication. You didn't work on your weak point. So these are the things you should understand when you are getting guidance. You should know your weak points because everyone has their different weak points. For example, you have weakness in clinical side or you have weakness in the development station. You should work more on it, and you are very good in video station or communication. So these are the things you should keep in mind. You need a good guidance from anyone who has passed or who is a giving a courses. So lack of preparation, RCPCH is giving the top most reason is lack of knowledge or lack of preparation for the exam of if someone fail, they are the main reason of failure is lack of knowledge or lack of preparation. This is the RCPCH. They are the one who are giving this lack of, but overseas candidates, in my opinion, the self-esteem is very important, and some candidates are overconfident and some are very low confident. So these strategies, so these are, there are multiple factors, as I told you, there are multiple factors to cope up to multi factors of failure in the exam. So let's discuss about when you fail exam, use a kind of mark sheet in email, and you will find the maximum marks on this side, and you will find these areas where the examiner will assess you. These are described as A1, A2, D1, D2, like this, and these are the things in which examiner will assess you. So let me to describe. First of all, information gathering and history taking. So total marks are 4. Information sharing and accuracy of information. Definitely you are sharing information with the examiner and also in the communication station with the patient. So accuracy and sharing is very important. They have total 4 marks. So physical examination, it's a huge mark. So in clinical exam, you should have to pick, they will see your technique of physical examination, either you are doing well or not, and it has total 10 marks. This is all total in all stations. These total, if you will calculate, it is these are 82 marks. So identification of clinical signs. So first of all, your technique and then identification. This is the very important in clinical exam, and it has the 14 marks total in all 4 stations. Clinical reasoning means differential diagnosis, why you are saying this, why not this. So this is the clinical reasoning, and total clinical reasoning has the 16 marks. Clinical reasoning you will find in almost every station. For example, in the development station, history taking, and all 4 clinical station, even in the video station, except in communication. So management planning, this is also important. It has also 16 marks. So these 3, if you'll see the 14, 16 and 16, identification of clinical science, clinical reasoning and management planning. Why I am telling you this information, because it will help you when you go for the next attempt. Definitely you should see your weak area. What is your weak area? I will tell you later. So repo and style, it has the 8 marks, and verbal and the listening, how you communicate, your verbal and your listening. Some candidates, they speak very low tone, or they are monotonous, they don't show their facial expressions and body language. So these all things they will see in the candidate, they will assess, and they have the marks. So verbal and the listening. So some candidates, in especially in communication, even with the examiner in history taking and development, or with the role player, they are very hurry to ask the question, they don't listen. So listening is very important, because time management, it is your job to manage the time. So listening is very important, and they have the total 6 marks, verbal and listening. And then the last is the management concerns. So some for example, in history taking, if candidate or mother has concerns in the management, definitely you should address those concerns as well. So these all are example I gave you. So now if you are receiving these this paper, this email mark sheets, definitely if they cut your marks, for example, if you get the 4 marks, identification of clinical signs, so it means your clinical examination is very important. You should work more on to pick up the signs. And clinical reasoning means differential diagnosis. When you pick any sign, any symptom, anything in the history, anything, you should give the reason. So it means differential diagnosis. Management planning has a 16 marks. So if you get the very low marks in the management planning, you should work on more on the management side. So by this way, you should know your weak point, what is your weak point, and what are your strong area. So weak area and strong area, and then you should work on it. So now many students, many candidates, they are asking about If they fail because of one score, they got a total 62 marks passing marks. If they get the 61, shall they go for remarking? Because remarking is also it costs money, and definitely you need a proper case to put up. So if you feel that you got the 1 mark in any station, and definitely you must have you must enter the station, you make your repo and all these things, it will also have the marks, 2 marks, more than 2 marks. And if you perform the clinical examination well, examiner should have to give you a mark. If you feel in any station you got the 1 mark and your repo was good, your technique was good, but examiner wrote comments that you told him the wrong diagnosis or these things, okay, they can cut the marks from the wrong diagnosis, wrong differential, wrong management planning, but at least they will give you a 2 marks from your repo and examination technique, 2 3 marks. So if you get 1 mark in any station, blindly you should apply for the remarking. But if you didn't get for example, if you fail with the 60 or 59, and examiner gave you 3 marks, for example in clinical station total 8 marks, and examiner gave you 3 4 3 4, so it's better not to go for the remark. In all station you got 4 marks, in some one development station 4 marks or 3 marks, in history station 2 marks, communication 2 or 3. So it's better not to go for the remarking. But if you got the 1 mark in any station and you have good reason that I suppose not to take 1 mark, I deserve more than this. If you are confident enough, then it's better to go. But usually, if more than 3 marks, for example, you have 59, passing is 63, 62, and 58, better not to think for remarking. Usually, it's not beneficial. But if you are very sure that the examiner did wrong with you, examiner comments, and you are very sure, definitely go for the remarking if you fail with 1 or 2 marks maximum. So this was about the if you fail the exam, don't worry, this is the part of life. And if you fail the exam, prepare for the next attempt and search for your weak areas and attend some mock exam for the next exam, because already you are well prepared and you know your weak areas. Now you have an experience how they ask the question, how they conduct the exam. Prepare well. Definitely it's very difficult to study same thing again and again. I know it's not easy, but be prepared well for the next attempt, and you will get through by time, don't worry. So if you have any question, any query, you can email me on this email. And if you have if you want to attend any mock exam, even though, you can contact me with this email. Thank you very much.